Hello and welcome to part 2 of our tutorial. So last time you learned the basics of the paragraph and linking to a style sheet. Also the importance of embedded code versus the style sheet. Today we're going to teach you some formatting, so what you should know. First, and probably one of the most important things people miss, is when you're making a website, they'll just throw all of this into one big pile. Now that's not good. What you want to do is create multiple folders. So let's say that this folder is our CSS folder. Then you want to put all of your CSS sheets into there, right? Then you probably want to take your code, and instead, if this is going to be your home page, rename it to index.html. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead, File, Save As, index.html. Now why do we call it index.html? Well, that's pretty easy. You can't just name anything you want and then link it to your home page. Your browser will search for your domain, then extensions to let's just rename this real quick, and then extensions. So if you put home or index, then it'll go to that one first, and that will be your home page. That's very simple to do, but some people will miss that. Some people just name something anything they want to, but it won't work. So now, since we renamed some stuff, we'll have to rename this href, and we put it in the CSS folder. Then we named it normal.css. Let's save that. X out of those two, since we don't need them. Let's go to the folder above that, open index.html, just as it was. Now also what you should do is, I really need to stop just opening these because it's hard to find. Alright, you probably also want to do something called maybe media or pictures or something like that, or videos. I'll just name mine media. And also what's good to know is to keep all of these lowercase so that you get no confusion, because everything is case sensitive when you're dealing with HTML. Let's just change this real quick. And it's just better to keep everything lowercase. You can also keep everything uppercase, but lowercase is more conformist, if you will. Let's save this again. Very good. Very nice. Now let's add, since we've added some structure to our website, now we can add some to our page. Now, as we said, there's really not a lot going on here. There's 2 paragraphs and there's a style sheet and a title. First off, since we have index, you might want to put home as your title. Next, you might want to put, let's just get rid of this. Instead of all those little paragraphs, you can do something called a header, which you do by H1. You can also do H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. H1 will be the biggest title, and H6 will be the smallest. So if you do H1 welcome, then you do paragraph welcome to my website. And then you save that, then you can see welcome to my website. H1 is bigger. Now since we've made an H1, you can actually format things like that. So let's say we want it to be green. Color green. You guys remember the color tag, right? So that will become green. And you don't even need an ID for that. But let's say you want something else. You want h1 about me /h1. Now when you save that, that's going to be green as well. But if you do an ID not style, ID equals black header, then you can do, again, your little hash sign, which means ID, then black header. And you can change that color to black, and it will change it. Now the thing about this is elements have a lower priority than IDs. So if you say color green and then color red, it will decide that you need to color it red over green. And later on, if you do another, let's say you duplicate some code here, and you never know it, then it'll always take the second one. So if you do red, it will take the second one over the first one, because the second one has a higher priority. And that's some basics to, again, heads, and you can divide up everything into here, which is very nice when it comes to formatting. So paragraph, about. Another good formatting technique is tables. Now how we do a table is first you do table. Next you do TR, which is a table row. Next you have to do TD, which is a cell. So let's say that that's one cell. Then, like standard HTML, do a closing tag. Let's make another cell, TD. Let's enclose that in a cell, /TD. Let's close our row, TR, and close our table, /table. Now when you do this, it'll put it right there in a table. Now if you do cell spacing, alright, that didn't work. Let's do ID red table. Hash sign red table. Let's go ahead and go up to borders. If you don't know how to do this, let's go ahead and change it to solid, and see it'll put the code in there right for you. Let's do color. Let's change it to this. I like that color. Now that it's changed to that, your red table will have a border and color to that. Save this. There's your border around it.